Hello everyone, this is very new for me, talking to a camera, but I'm doing a road trip around the North Island at the moment and I thought it would be a good idea to camp in the bush. So I'm walking the Skyline Atene track, which follows the ridgeline where the Whanganui River used to flow. The track's about 16 kilometres, but 2 kilometres of that is walking on the road. So it should take me about 9 hours or so we're doing it over 2 days and camping in the bush tonight. There shouldn't be anyone there, but I did see some cars in the car park, so we'll see. It's sunny, a little bit of cloud, and about 20 degrees.
When I was planning my road trip around New Zealand's North Island, the Atene Skyline track stood out to me on Google Maps. What had caught my eye was this flat circular channel running through the Whanganui forest. The Whanganui River used to flow through here, following a bend in the river that had originally carved through the landscape. Approximately 2,000 years ago, the river forced its way through the narrow part of the bend and took a shorter route to the sea. What it had left behind is what is known as a meander scar, with a hill in the middle known to the Māori as Puketapu. And today I'm walking the ridgeline around this meander towards the campsite roughly 9 kilometres into the bush.
It is very hot in the sun, very hot. I've just reached a little lookout and you can actually see the old riverbed there. So the Whanganui River used to flow around that way.
And there's a lot of history here too. The Māori settled this land, originally calling it Ware Pakoko. In the 1840s, an English missionary decided to rename the village to Atene, the Māori transliteration of Athens. The marae seen in this photo, Te Rangi I Hiki Iho, was restored, and is all that remains of the original village today.
I just saw a deer. I thought I heard something before. Like I was walking and then I heard something step through the bush and then sneeze. I was like, what the heck is that? But I just came around this track and there was a deer just standing in the path. Never mind, it was just a goat.
The track I'm walking on has some history as well. It was actually a road, and it was built in 1959 to investigate a potential hydroelectric dam at Atene. During the post-war energy shortages, all rivers and lakes were looked at as a source of power, and the Whanganui River, sacred to the Māori, was no exception. Investigation work began, and the plan was to use the meander cutoff as a way to divert the river during construction. Had it been built, the resulting 137 metre high dam would have created New Zealand's largest artificial lake, backing up the river for 90 kilometres. The inspector of the Whanganui River Scenic Board, William Mead, said at the time that the newly formed lake would be a massive attraction to boaters and leisure fishermen, and would bring more weekend and holiday traffic through Whanganui and the surrounding region. Opposition was strong, with MPs and Māori representatives protesting that the dam would submerge many settlements that had been owned and farmed for generations by the Māori. In today's dollars, the investigation work at Atene cost $29 million. The results weren't promising in the end, and the proposed $3.5 billion dam was scrapped, with one of the primary reasons being the underlying geology of the land.
Made it to another lookout, and pretty good. You can actually see how far we've come. So you see that building right there, that's where I started filming, and then I've walked all the way along that ridge all the way around to here. But you can actually see the riverbed quite well from here, and you can also see the actual Whanganui River that way. I'm officially 7 kilometres in. Probably got another 1 or 2 to go before I hit the campsite. I keep hearing goats a lot, and they keep like screaming. It's a little unnerving. I did definitely see a deer before, because when I came around the corner again, it was just sitting there just waiting. Saw me and then just ran, and I don't think goats run that fast, so. I am having to just keep a good lookout for where the track goes, because it keeps disappearing. I think it's this way. I have seen one person so far. It was a jogger or a trail runner coming down the path, but still haven't seen anyone else yet. So I think everyone who was in the car park must have been doing the whole thing as a loop today, and had already set off well before I'd started. Alright, well, I've made it. Pretty basic, but it will do. We have a little shout over here. There's the little toilet block just through there. And then some grass area. Now it's not very flat, so I've tried to find the flattest part, and that'll do. Well, as you can see behind me, the sun is starting to set. I'm sure it's a very nice sunset, but I just can't see it through the trees, but that's okay. It's been a really good day, actually. It's just so peaceful and quiet up here. I did have one more trail runner come through probably about 2 hours ago, but other than that I haven't really seen anyone else, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be the only one up here tonight. I made myself a really nice dinner. I had some biscuits for dessert, and I think when it gets a little bit darker I'll turn in for the night. I did read the book in the shelter, and some people who have stayed here overnight have commented on the number of possums up here and how much of a nuisance they can be, snuffing around tents and stuff. They even said the goats come out as well and have a bit of a nosy, so I've got a lot to look forward to tonight. But otherwise that's pretty much me for tonight. Well, good morning. I just woke up. It's about 6:30. Definitely an interesting night, that's for sure. There's probably about 5 or 6 possums that live up here, so they definitely kept busy last night. I had my earplugs in to kind of drown out the noise, because they definitely came and sniffed around the tent and got a little bit close. But I did sleep in the end, which was really good. I'm just going to pack up now and start making my way down the south end of the track, and then I should be out by 10 o'clock, 11 a.m. at this rate. Well, I thought before I put everything in my bag, I'll give you a quick overview of what I bring with me. So I've got my sleeping bag, I've got my mattress, I've got a fitted sheet for my mattress, got a cotton sleeping bag liner, a pillow, and a thermal sleeping bag liner. I've also got a pump bag for my mattress to blow it up really quickly. It just gives me a range of options really in case the temperature drops. For example, I usually just use the cotton liner, and then if it gets really cold I can use the thermal liner around it as well. I've got my PLB, I've got some toiletries, cooking stuff, bowls and plates and stuff, and my frying pan is underneath it. Got my water bottle, and then I've got a water filter because the shelter water's not that nice. I've got my jet boil for boiling water, a Swiss Army knife, some sunglasses, my tent, the floor mat for the tent, a little tech bag full of batteries and cables and stuff, and lighting, and then shorts, t-shirts, and a rain jacket. Everything just goes into the bag. I do have my tripod, which I don't really use on the side. I need to get a new tripod, and I've also got a first aid kit in the bag, and that's pretty much it really. Yeah, so I'm just going to get it all in the bag now, which is the fun part. Alright, so I've just been walking for about an hour and a half, all the way along the ridgeline. I got a little dicey at some points, very steep drop-offs down the side, so you just have to be careful where your foot goes. I've reached the final trig point before we start descending down all the stairs towards the road. Well, that is officially it. I've just come out of the bush, down into the farms, and just about hit the road. So now it's 2 k's back to the car. It's quite cool getting a taste of the Whanganui River because we were meant to be doing it in November, but it got cancelled because of the weather, so we did the Puakai circuit instead, which is on YouTube. But we've moved it to March now, so I'll be doing the Whanganui River in March. So I've just seen some people canoeing down the river in the little red canoes, so that will be us in about 3 months, and definitely looking forward to that as well.
Alright, that's it for this video. If you're in the Whanganui region, I highly recommend the Atene Skyline track. I found it really enjoyable. This video was a bit of a departure from my usual content, but I wanted to experiment with something new, so I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next adventure.